lot of folks have tagged me in videos talking about microplastics in people's brains and how the study came out. So when that study was a preprint, I actually did a video on it. So I'm going to show you my deep dive of that study now, but I also want to remind you, there was a study that came out last spring that when a mouse consumed bottled water, those microplastics from the bottled water made it to their brain within a few weeks.
The amount of microplastics in people's brains has increased by 50% over the last 8 years. That's pretty gnarly. Looked at samples from 2016 and then in 2024. There have been many studies finding microplastics in the human brain, but the amount of microplastics in brains versus liver and kidneys was staggering. Massive, okay? They listed 10 to 30% times greater amount of microplastics in the brain versus the liver or kidneys. They directly link the microplastic concentration in the brain with exponentially rising environmental presence of microplastics and increasing global rates of age-corrected Alzheimer's disease and related dementia. The amount of microplastics that they found in other parts of the body, like the liver and the kidneys, that was pretty equivalent to the amount of microplastics they found in like human testicles, slightly more than placentas, okay? But the amount of microplastics specifically in the brain in 2024 reached almost 0.5% by weight, meaning the human brains that they studied in 2024 versus 2016 were almost 0.5% plastic. So have already been linked to neurobehavioral changes. They've seen that in a lot of different animal studies. It is linked in multiple studies to accelerated neurodegeneration. And those microplastics, the actual physical pieces, they carry in all of the chemicals from plastic. And as I've said in many videos, a lot of those plastics have affinity towards certain things, acidity, but also fat. Lipophilic, which is why they are hypothesizing there were such high amounts of microplastics in the brain. So the human brain has the second highest lipid content in the entire body. By and large, predominantly, our number one source is diet. And within diet, it is overwhelmingly bottled water. The main type of plastic that they found in all parts of the body was polyethylene. So that's high density and low density polyethylene, which is basically all of your plastic food, your food safe plastic.